Play.
Well, the Olympic champions, Matsutomo and Takahashi, the only pair left in the tournament where you've got two right-handers. As far as women's doubles is concerned, a left and right-hander. In fact, we started the tournament with 4 left and right-handed combinations, and that's very extraordinary. We were trying to figure out if that had ever happened at Super Series before. We couldn't think of any previous occasion. Oh, that's a good smash. Much flatter. Aimed towards the right shoulder of Matsutomo. Oh, good defense. Oh, that's landed in. Now, Steen, obviously you know the Danish players extremely well, and I would have thought that there'll be a fair amount of trying to keep Matsutomo away from the front court area and a lot of variation in pace. Do you think that's the sort of tactics they'll try and employ?
Yeah, I think definitely the Matsutomo thing to take her out of the game if they can. Now we see her here. She's lethal on the front court, and varying the pace also seems like a very, very good plan. And especially when they attack, when the Danes attack, if they don't get into a better position from shot to shot, then they might even sort of choose to go in the defense whilst they're in good position. Good drop shot.
4-1. Service over. Two.
Takahashi.
4.
Well, of the 2 Japanese players, I would have thought that Matsutomo is the one that we've noticed recently has been employing the flick serve quite a lot and perhaps lost a little bit of confidence on the low serve.
Yeah, and I would try to exploit that if I were the Danish pair by being very, very focused on punishing the short services from Matsutomo, and if she's flicking, okay, then just clear or drop it. Don't get yourself into a bad position.
Rally. Oh my goodness, they both went for it.
Good shot. Oh. Excellent play by Christina Pedersen.
4.
Yeah, it wasn't just the defensive shot, it was the follow-up as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. That punch clear there to Matsutomo, who we know is seeking the front court. He's hunting the chances there. So she might be a lot more focused on opportunities on the front court. So a punch clear for her, that's really efficient.
Yes, and by the reaction of Danish coach Jonassen, I think that's something they've discussed.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's gone wide.
Service over. 5.
Now, we were talking about the drift in the arena a little earlier on in the week, and we figured out that there's possibly a sideways drift from left to right as we all look down on the court. And you reckon there's a little bit of a lengthways drift as well, Steen?
Yes, I think so. Coming from the Danes towards the Japanese pair. But it's not a lot. I talked to Kenneth Jonasson a couple of days ago, and he says it's not a lot, and it's actually really, really good playing conditions.
Oh, clever. Oh, yes. Yeah. There she is. Right place at the right time once again, Misaki Matsutomo.
6-4.
Longest rally of the match so far. I wouldn't mind betting. Yeah, indeed.
And that's exactly those type of rallies we'll see when the playing conditions are good. In my opinion, it benefits the Japanese pair a little bit. The Danes, they like to play when there's a long side drift. They have the firepower to kill it, and the opponents have a tough time getting the correct accuracy on their defense.
Oh, that's beautiful drop again.
Excellent.
Yeah, Ayaka Takahashi.
7-4.
This Japanese pair won the Female Players of the Year at the BWF Gala dinner on Monday night earlier in the week, and thoroughly deserved, I think.
Yeah, and amongst others, beating Christina Peters and Camilla Juhl for the title, and I think actually it was 2 points at a certain match in Rio that decided who was going to win that title, or both titles.
Yeah.
Service over.
First one.
5.
What were the Danes up?
7.
1916.
1916.
Up in the third in that Olympic final.
And then Matsutomo kicked it a gear up, and with, of course, very, very good help from her partner. But she was the one taking the chances, risking it all when they were about to lose, and turned it around.
Oh, yes. Oh, she's human after all.
Yeah.
6-7.
Third consecutive semi-final here at the Super Series finals in Dubai. Third year it's staged at this venue for Matsutomo and Takahashi. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. That's clever, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the corner where it's most difficult to play it either long or wide. So that's the most safe corner on the court.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's more or less a similar end to the rally like the one we had
9.
2 rallies ago. And
6.
if there's rallies like this all the time, then the Japanese pair will win it, because even though we saw Matsutomo make a mistake at the net 2 rallies ago, I mean, she won't keep on making mistakes, those shots. So.
Oh, brilliant. Where on earth did that come from?
That was a good shot.
10.
And
Yeah.
we discussed it earlier, and also this week, that, I mean, it's not enough to have just one creative player on court. You've got to be able to function in your non-preferred role. And Ayaka Takahashi, who's serving here, is in this combination the preferred backcourt player, but she can play on the front court as well.
Yeah.
11-6.
Well,
interval.
They have a 5-point advantage, the Olympic gold medalists. at the mid-game interval against the Olympic silver medalists. 10 minutes of play to get to this mid-game interval.
Bare lige for at finde. Og så hvis de ligger helt ned med perfektningen, så tilbage lige en enkelt gang. Vi skal lige have åbnet dem en lille smule mere.
Ja.
Så det der med at stressløft. Vi må gerne gøre på vores anden løft, men hvis vi er fanget på den første, så skal vi stadigvæk lige give os selv. For ellers så ligger de det der klamme græs på den første.
20 seconds.
Ja. Okay.
20 seconds.
Ja. Men hoppet med.
Thank you, coach.
Okay. Hvis vi ikke er i et perfekt angreb.
Well, don't forget you can keep right up to date with all that's happening from the Superseries finals on #BadmintonDubai.
Play.
So what was the Danish advice there?
Yeah, that was to try and make the court big, get clears and drops into their game. We saw some brief examples on it. Punch clear from Christina Pedersen that was very efficient. These clears here, they don't count because it's Matsutomo who directs the rally and finishes with a fantastic drop shot there as well. So it's when the Danes are on the attack, that's where they can mix it up with clears and drop shots. There was a lot of emphasis on variation, and they also wanted Kenneth Johnson wanted the Danes to flick a bit to the Japanese girls in order to again keep the court big.
Double hit. Yeah.
13-6.
Good read.
Service over. 7-13.
That had been 6 straight points by the Japanese pair. It was very, very important from a Danish perspective to bring that run to an end.
Yeah, and I suspect they'll have to get a little run of quick points somewhere soon in order to stay in this first game. Pedersen and Juhl.
Service over. 14-7.
I have to say that Takahashi has produced some wonderful angles already in this match, hasn't she? That half smash across court, but she's hit a couple of drop shots that have been absolutely stunning as well.
Yeah.
Service over. 8-14.
Great one for nail care is Takahashi. She does all the team's fingernails and paints them beautifully.
Yeah, and there was some contest on Twitter, not under the hashtag #BadmintonDubai, but you can follow all the action there. But there was some other pictures on Twitter where you should guess the fingernails, and we saw Takahashi's fingernails there. We saw the hairdo of Christina Pedersen ahead of the gala dinner that is held here before the tournament. And there was one more question, I can't really remember what that was, but very interesting.
Yeah.
15-8.
She even had time to do them this morning. She must have been up at the crack of dawn. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Aren't they beautiful?
Service over. 9-15.
flick serve.
Yes.
Yeah, and good anticipation of the return as well. Because she moved to
10,
intercept the straight
15.
one.
Yeah.
Naturally, most players move back to intercept the cross court. Look at this movement. Look at it. That's brilliant.
And we have to take into account that these two pairs have met each other 13 times before. That means they have a lot of video material on each other. And
Be ready.
I know the Danes, they use it. Cut specific situations so that you can see all the flick serves from Christina Pedersen to Ayaka Takahashi from the left service field. You can get them in one clip, so to speak. So that helps you pick up on certain trends.
Yeah. Good rally.
And the Danes, they're trying to hang in here in the first game, and they really need to win this rally here. Good quality on the shots.
Yeah, that's a good defence too. Yeah. Seemed to run out of patience in the end.
Service over.
Camilla Ruud de Juhl.
And when the drift is
16,
more severe
10.
in another stadium, several stadiums in the Superseries tour where the drift is quite severe, then it's not so easy to be accurate enough here. So these long rallies, you will eventually play a little bit short or maybe too long. But when you play short, the other pair will go on the attack and have a really good chance of winning that attack. Here, the playing conditions are really good, so you can play with accuracy.
Yeah.
Christina.
82 shots. Didn't we have one over 100, rally over 100 earlier in the week? I'm sure we did.
16, 10. Play.
$102, I'm reliably informed. Oh,
Service
service
fault
fault called. Struck above the waist.
Service over. 11, 16.
She lifts her left
Service
arm a little
over.
bit. And
17,
she's
11.
launching the serve, Matsutomo. Maybe the BWF could stage a course in service judge arm signals ahead of the gala dinner here in,
Yes, so
in
the players
Dubai,
know.
because
18,
the
11.
service judges clearly informs the players what the problem is
Yeah.
by the arm signal.
Yes, so you don't need to understand
No.
different languages. It's a clear indication, a clear reason. Oh, that was a nice idea.
Yeah, good deception, but she was on it,
19,
Matsutomo.
11.
Had it come over, she would have been able to return it. There. Oh, I might have to reconsider.
Mm.
Game point, 11.
Whole host of game point opportunities for Matsutomo and Takahashi. Not the best of serves.
Yeah, the Danes letting more or less this game go.
Service
Nice change
over.
of pace
saw-
there.
We saw
12,
just
20.
before this rally, Christina Pedersen was turning towards Kenneth Jonas and seemed to be asking for advice. I mean, 2011, we don't start giving advice there because the game is almost over, so
Yeah.
take it in the interval.
It's gone long.
Game.
Opening game to
First game
Mizaki
won by
Matsutomo and
Matsutomo
Ayaka Takahashi.
Ayaka, 21-12.
21-12 confirms the umpire. A little over 20 minutes for that opening game.
Hvis vi bliver ved med at holde tålmodighed og tro på det, ikke? Altså, fordi der er mange steder, hvor de ikke må spille den hen. Jo længere tid vi holder os i det, jo mere kommer de til at gøre det. Jeg kunne godt tænke mig, at vi, når vi saver selv, at vi går lidt tættere på hinanden. Lad dem spille den op over, vi ikke kan, men når de så trækker ind i mellembanen eller rundt om os, så kan vi nå den en lille smule hurtigere, så vi er lidt mere offensive på vores tredje bold. Ja. Så vi kan nå den en lille smule hurtigere. Okay? Så,
hvad gør vi i vores op?
I jeres op, synes jeg herovre fra, at vi lige prøver at slå varieret igen, men med den hurtige afvikling over på den her side. Men det samme vi hænger på baglinjen, så bliver I nødt til lige nu at spille uden fart, og letspilleren bliver fremme.
Ja. Ja, for Misaki holder helt kort igen.
Ja, defensiven. Den lange med, og så lidt i lige baner lige fra starten af, så vi lige kan få åbnet den kort kryds.
Ja.
For ellers så skal vi gå kort kryds, eller ud første streg på den første, de slår på os. Så skal vi bare sige, at det er det, vi gør.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you, coach.
Well, it was pretty convincing in that opening game for Matsutomo and Takahashi. So was there any radical advice from Kenneth Jonassen?
There were quite a lot of advices, and that
Second
sort of
game.
reflects what you were saying, Jill, that it was quite convincing for Matsutomo and Takahashi. The Danes
Play.
didn't really get anything going, so a lot of phases of the game needed to be discussed. The first thing was that the Danes needed to be patient and still keep their belief.
Service over.
And
1. Love.
in order to keep the belief, they had to hang in there. They can't afford to let the Japanese pair open up a big gap. So different solutions for offense, defense, and the service situation.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
You can't really try and hit through Matsutomo at the net, can you?
No. One of the ideas was to make the flat
Service
straight
over.
defense.
1.
If they couldn't get the long defense flat straight, because it's difficult for Matsutomo to intercept. It's a good plan, but it's not easy to carry out in reality. But I mean, if it was easy, then everybody would do it. So they feel that if they can get the straight defense
2. 1.
past Matsutomo, then she might start to move a little bit more to that side where the defense is being played past her, and that should open up for the cross short defense. We saw Takahashi and Matsutomo, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I can't remember, but we saw that when Takahashi is attacking from her backhand side,
Play.
Matsutomo isn't really covering the straight smash, the straight defense. Takahashi is coming forward there herself, so there's no opening from the backhand side, in my opinion.
Yeah,
3,
I remember you
1.
talking about that. It was Thursday when they were playing against last year's champions.
Yeah, so the opening in the defense comes mainly when Takahashi is attacking the forehand side, in my opinion. But it was very significant that Christina Pedersen asked Kenny Johnson, what do we do in the offense?
4,
And that means that
1.
they have not really found a way to penetrate the Japanese defense. They have simply been rock solid in their lifts,
Yeah.
good shot quality, hitting the back tram lines.
Oh. Low serve is short.
Service over.
Yeah.
2, 4.
Yeah, well left. Because when you start committing on the return of serve, it's actually sometimes quite difficult to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that is brilliant. My goodness me.
3, 4.
Control from the left-hander. Yeah, that's the idea. Keep your racket arm up, then you've got a chance of dealing with that. Look at that. Perfection.
All.
Good for the Danes that they closed the gap, because they were about to open up a big lead again, the Japanese pair. But when I see the rallies and ahead of each shot, try to, in my mind, quickly gauge who has the advantage right now in this moment of the rally, I mostly see the Japanese having the upper hand.
This is a good rally.
It's over. 5, 4.
There was Peterson doing what you talked about Takahashi doing. A smash and move forward, but
Yeah.
her problem was she smashed cross court and moved forward.
Yeah.
You had been talking about Takahashi playing the straight smash and moving forward.
Yeah, because Matsutomo is covering everything else except for the long cross. So it's very, very clear what each player on the Japanese side has to cover.
Yeah, well played.
6, 4.
They're playing extremely well, Takahashi and Matsutomo, controlling everything at the moment, in my opinion.
Christina.
Well, they've played well all year, haven't they?
Yeah, and
9 finals from 15 tournaments.
And
6 Super Series finals.
and perhaps that tournament in Japan, sort of where there's a lot of attention, you are the gold medalist. It takes away a
7,
little bit of concentration
4.
from the tournament. I know the Danes, they say, okay, when we play in Denmark Open, it's nice for a number of things, but there's much, much more fuss going on in between the matches and the days, and you do some promotions, and everybody wants to talk to you. I think they've been solid these 3 days in Dubai, Matsutomo and Takahashi, and there's nothing telling me that they shouldn't be able to win this match here in quite a convincing way.
Yeah.
8, 4.
Good response to the flick serve.
Service over. 5, 8.
Oh,
Shot.
look at that. What an angle.
Service over. 9, 5.
Excellent placement.
5.
Yeah, that was important.
Yeah.
Because I think the
Service
Danes
over.
need to score a couple of points
6,
more before
10.
the interval in order to, like Kenneth Jonassen said, keep leaf.
Yeah. And that was nice because the previous time she'd been flicked, she'd smash straight down the line. That time choosing to play the drop shot, nice variation. That's going wide.
Yeah,
7.
but it's going wide.
10.
And you could say that it was the variation, the drop shot, that sort of tricked Takahashi into making a mistake. Again, it was like, I felt it was one of those that goes down as unforced errors. Whilst Christina Pedersen was smashing 2 or 3 times, she wasn't getting in any better position. And that's worrying for the Danes. Good courage.
It's going wide. So it's a 4-point
Service
advantage.
over, 11-7, interval.
Matsutomo and Takahashi at the mid-game interval. 1 game to the good as well.
Så derfor kan jeg godt tænke mig, at på den første, hvis vi er her, lægge den af med en vinkel eller over den på den allerførste. Hvis vi ikke decideret står, at vi kan trykke den her vej nedad. Hvis vi står og trykker den her vej nedad, begge
Rykker vi
to,
fremad. Ja,
op
så er
med
vi klar.
armen,
Ja.
op med armen.
Så er vi klar. Ja.
Ja.
20
Lige
seconds.
være med. Jeg er så tæt på at vinde den.
20 seconds.
En kort opsamling med på den første.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, coach.
Bare et par bolde, og så er vi med.
Ayaka.
Well, he seemed
Ayaka.
quite impassioned, didn't he, as he was speaking to his players. There's something about be more alert at the net, or
Yeah, in the first
11-7.
mid-court action, played with a little bit of angle, and if you can push, then both of us pushing and coming forward, and then some cheering on, and it's very good because Kenneth has got a really good working relation with the 2 Danish girls, and he needs to push them from
12,
outside now, because
7.
I mean it's so easy to sort of resign and say, okay, it's not our day here. So,
yeah.
so he's got a tough job right now, keeping them engaged.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh no! How did she miss that?
Service over.
That's an absolute gift to the Danish pair.
8-12.
Well, she knew exactly where the backhand was coming. Matsutomo, look, she steps forward. She's ready and waiting, and yeah, oh dear. Superseries. Steen, you made a
Service
comment
over.
earlier. And
13.
ever since you made
8.
it, I've been thinking more and more about it. It was about, I think you said it was Christina Pedersen who had said to the coach, how do we get through on our attack? And then a moment ago you said something about, you know, he's got to keep encouraging them,
Yeah.
and it's too easy to think it's not our day. I don't think they're
14,
playing badly.
8.
It is
No.
simply that they can't penetrate with their
They
attacking
can't
play.
penetrate, and the Japanese pair, like we've seen all week, they are playing outstanding.
Yes.
And especially the woman serving. That serve, that is a
15,
weak point.
8.
Yeah. Matsutomo.
And the Danes need quick points, so go all out on the short services. If your flicks will just clear back at Takahashi, and they need to take Matsutomo out of the game because, I mean, she's controlling too much. She's too good
Service
today.
over.
Yeah.
9-15.
And you can say, of course, yes, she's also making a lot of mistakes. Yes, she is, but she's also making a lot of winners or creating a lot of winners. Playing Takahashi, she's not making that many mistakes, so
Yeah.
it might give us a chance to slowly work ourselves into this game.
Oh, yes.
Service over. 16.
Yeah, you're
10.
right, Steen. I mean, Matsutomo there just stepped into this defensive shot, a lovely little block, and look where her movement is. She's threatening the net again.
Here in the serve situation, they can play Matsutomo when she's at the back. That's a possibility. And then to Takahashi. But preferably drop shots. White.
Yeah. Yeah, time is running out for the Danes. I
17.
just sense.
10. Change. Eighteen. 10.
Oh, it's landed in.
In
19.
a very good position,
10.
which emphasizes that the Danes are having trouble in their attack when they're forced to attack from the tram lines.
Change.
If there was a little bit more windy conditions here, it would be difficult for the Japanese pair to have that accuracy that would help the Danes.
Well, they're 2 points away from a second final at the Super Series finals. Matsutomo and
Play.
Takahashi. Oh, completely mistimed that.
They're getting
20.
schooled, the Danes.
Match point.
Yeah.
10.
It's been a wonderful performance, I have to say, from Matsutomo and Takahashi. And 10 match point opportunities. Oh, good return of serve.
Service over. 11. 20.
Takahashi is saying surely she moved. I played the serve,
Yeah.
but it was.
Game.
Yeah. Second time of asking. And they book their place in the final tomorrow. Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi. 2 straight games against the European champions Pedersen and Camilla Ruti.
Match won by Matsutomo
21-12,
Misaki
21-11.
and Takahashi Ayaka, 21-12, 21-11.
41 minutes in total. And a second final awaits tomorrow. Well, they really were brilliant today. They didn't have the excitement and drama of the Olympic final. They were just simply too good.